Okay, so hi loves, welcome back to my channel, and today we're just gonna have a little chit chat. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about my business, so for those of you who don't know about my business, then you can continue watching this video. And we're also gonna be doing a get ready with me, so I'm gonna be doing my makeup while I talk to you guys. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is kind of put my hair back. For those of you who are not used to seeing my hair like this, I went to the hairdresser and got my hair done. So yeah, that's why it's looking so nice. So I'm gonna be using this edge booster to just brushing my edges. I'm gonna use a small brush and just dip it in the edge booster. I'm just gonna take off my glasses, and those are my blue light, I think that's what it's called, blue light glasses. And just kind of swoop that in. Yes, look at that. And we're just gonna tie this down with my small scarf. And I'm just gonna put on my bonnet. Okay, so this is it. It's satin lined and it has this cool floral print. So we just want to set our hair. That's what we just did. I'm gonna wipe off my hands with some wipes. Okay, so now that our hands are clean, we're gonna get down into the makeup and I'm gonna be talking to you guys. So my face is already moisturized and everything. I'm gonna add this primer to it. So basically I am the owner of Katie Pink's Designs, and how I ended up coming up with that name. My name is Kadine and I created a Facebook page back in high school and I named it Katie Pinks. I actually like pink, so that's how I came up with Katie Pinks. And further down in college, persons would call me Pink. The reason why they call me Pink is because most of my items were pink. So while looking for a name, I thought about KK's. However, a lot of persons have that name, KK's, and I said I couldn't register my business with that name because a lot of persons have that name and it's quite popular. So look at this elf sponge. It's my first time using an elf beauty sponge and it's so big. Anyways, I'm using my Revlon foundation. So yeah, I decided to, why not go with the name Katie Pinks? And when I went to register, I noticed that not a lot of persons, nobody had that name. So that name was unique to me. So, and I can definitely relate to that name. So I said, why not use that name? And that's how the name came about. How I started my business? Well, in sixth form, we had this headband that came out. It was, you know, that floral headband with the flowers crown coming around, and they were pretty expensive, to be honest. And I said, I am going to try and make this. So there was this flower that sell fake flowers shop in Halfway Tree. So I live in Jamaica, so went to Halfway Tree and I found the place and I decided to buy a couple of their fake flowers. Anywho, it's harder to make than it seems, because when I bought the flowers I ended up buying black elastic and gluing on the flowers to the elastic, and I thought that, hey, I could sell these, but they didn't sell much, and that was just me starting up. That's what started the idea. However, I tried selling it to persons in my class, and the guys would make fun of me. So I didn't have a sewing machine at the time, so I bought fabric and I started using the fabric glue to actually try and make the headbands. And the guys in my class thought they were panties, so they were laughing at me that I was selling panties. And I didn't really get much sale, but it didn't really bother me because I was just trying something. When my business took off was really when I started college. So I'm gonna be using this LA Girl Pro Concealer in Fawn. When the business actually took off was when I started college. I ended up skipping a semester or two because really and truly I was going through something and I wasn't sure if I wanted to study that anymore. So I went to school to do dental hygiene, actually, if you guys didn't know, and I didn't have the funds to actually pay the tuition. And my mom started college the same time that I did. I know it kind of sounds weird. My mom is pretty young, so she started college when I did, so we were both in college, and that was very pressuring for her. And I decided I wanted to sit out a semester. I think it was 2 semesters I ended up sitting out, either 1 or 2, and that kind of brought me to a depressed state because I never thought about everything. It was a little bit easier on my mom, but I was getting depressed. Because all of my friends were messaging me and saying, oh, when I'm coming back to school and stuff like that. And during that time I did a big chop. A big chop is basically, I had relaxed hair, so I cut off all of my hair. My second mom, as I call her, I went to her and I asked her to cut my hair, and she cut off my hair, and I felt like a boy. And she did a little twist, and it was weird at first, but after a while I started to like it, and I was looking for headbands. Couldn't find any headbands, and when I do find headbands, they are pretty pricey and they couldn't push back my hair, so I decided why not to start making my own headbands. And my mom, I asked her if she could buy me a sewing machine. So we went down to, I think it was Quartz. We went down to Quartz. That's a local furniture store here in Jamaica, and I saw this brother machine, and my mom had some money on her, so we decided to get it. Now, I didn't know anything about sewing machines, to be honest. I just YouTubed everything, and I started playing around, just trying to make stuff for myself. Yeah, just trying to make stuff for myself. So I started making my own headbands, and I wasn't selling them. I was just making them for myself. And a friend of mine asked me where about my headbands, and I told her I made them. So she asked what's the cost. So I was at first I was like, I'm not making them to sell. But anyways, she decided to place an order, and at that time the headbands I was selling them for $200. So that's basically what, $2 US. And she bought. Other persons at school, because I started back school now, started back dental school, and persons would buy. I used to do little promotions like buy 5 get 1 free, and it kind of helped with college. Like, it was helping me, it was giving me lunch money and all of that. And that's when the business really started. So I started off with headbands, started taking orders, stuff like that. And I went to conferences. I kept on going to conferences like JBDC conference, I tell you about business. And when I went to one of the conferences, I remembered the ladies putting out my products on the table, and they were selling them for $350 and $400. And I noticed that, hey, my products could be sold for more money. And that's when I realized that my products have value. And just by going to that conference, it built my confidence. And that's when Katie Pinks was really birthed, and I decided to try and get my products into stores. Now, I was super shy to get my products in stores. Super shy. However, I got my product into one store. I think the first store I got my products into, if I'm not mistaken, Legani Dragon Garden. And she took a couple of my products and she paid me same time for the products. And I was amazed. I was like, wow. You know, I never imagined persons being interested in actually buying my products in bulk. I don't remember how much she took, but she took some, and I started building my confidence from there. And I went into satin bonnets, like what I'm wearing now, and persons started liking it. And now we're in a couple stores. Well, I'm still a bit shy to approach stores, but I'm getting a hang of it, because I started doing sales, working as a sales rep, and as somebody that walks around and tell the stores about products. And this was for a company, and I got used to that background. And that's when I started asking persons, you know, would you like to take some of my headbands? Are persons asking for headbands? Do you sell headbands? Stuff like that. My go-to was going to the store, looking around, looking if I see any headbands, and then I say, hey, do you guys sell headbands? And they say no. I said, do you think you'd be interested in actually purchasing headbands? And she said, yeah, what kind of headbands? And then I'd show her or him, and then they say, come back another day and carry your stuff and stuff like that. So I'm gonna be using this palette, take me back to Brazil. So I'm trying to do a different look. So I'm gonna do something tropical, like a yellow green vibe, like the Jamaican flag. Yeah, and yeah, that's how the business really started getting into stores. So I'm gonna use this green, and I started building my confidence. But how I started getting more customers, I went on Smile Jamaica, and that's another story, because how I got that link was like meeting somebody, and the person basically set up the interview and everything, and I was super excited, super excited, I tell you. And after that day, I remember, I think I had like about, say, 500 followers on Instagram. That day it went up to 700. I just keep on going up, and persons were calling me. I saw you on Smile Jamaica, and they wanted to know how they can get the products. And that was a big moment for me. That was a big moment. and I came in the paper a couple times. So if you guys are interested, you can actually type in Katie Pink's Designs or Kadine Ramsay in Google, and you'll see some of the stuff, some of the articles, and trust me, those were a big deal to me. And funny enough, some of those articles, it was really persons reach out to me and say, hey, somebody recommended you for an article, and I'm like, you know, who recommended me? But at the time, I don't think I wasn't very confident in my brand. It's after a while and I saw that, hey, this is a need, because a lot of persons are going natural. A lot of persons want locally made products. It's just that it's very difficult to find locally made products. So, but also have a new product. I'm gonna launch it on here. I have not posted it on my Instagram as yet. I'm gonna launch it on here so you guys can see. So I'm gonna be doing a Jamaican vibe inspo for my eyes. So I'm gonna go in with this yellow right here. And now I'm working full-time for my brand. I'm not working with anyone or any company, rather. I'm working for myself. I get help from mommy. Mommy has mastered the skill, and my fiance will help as well, you know, putting on the tags, running errands, deliveries and stuff like that. So now we actually shipped to persons in different countries now. So now we actually start doing it by mail. Persons can do a Western Union transfer. I'm trying to get the PayPal up and running, but we're trying to make this more accessible to persons in a different country. But it's a big blessing. Alright, so I'm just gonna finish up my eyes and then I'll come back and show you the bonnets. This is the land of my birth. This is Jamaica, my Jamaica. This is the land of my birth. Look at that. So I did my eyes. That's what they're looking like. I'm gonna add the lashes and then we can talk about the bonnets. You guys see that difference? And I get my lashes from the Beauty Vault. Okay, love, so this is the finishing look. Adding my lashes, finishing my eye look, and look at that, Jamaican made. Okay, so let's get into the bonnet. So I'm gonna show you some satin bonnets like this. Alright, so you have the plain satin, which you can reverse. You can wear it on either sides, right? And we now offer the personalization option, so you can actually personalize your satin bonnet. You can put your mommy name on it. Sorry, you can put Merry Christmas, and that is great to give somebody a personalized gift. If you have more than one person in your household, you can put their names on it. So you can say Tanisha, Kadine, you know, so it looks a bit better, especially if persons want the same colors. So say you wanted to do like a Christmas thing and everybody wanted green and red, you can definitely add the person name to it, and that would be a great stocking stuffer as well. This is the other one. It's just like this. It's just that it has the yellow interior, the yellow satin, and it's really tropical and pretty. The next one, we have this nice yellow and gray, and as I say, you can turn it on either sides. And for the big surprise, and as you guys know, we do have headbands. Let me see if I can show you some of my headbands. Okay, so this is two of my personal headbands. You can order whichever color style that you want. This one is a turban, it has the ring in it. I will try and insert a picture so you guys can see, or you can just click the link down below and go on my Instagram page. This is just a black turban, and this is basically a basic piece. This goes with everything. You're going to school, you're a nurse. This is just a go-to headband, and they're very strong. They hold back your hair very durably. You can also get them in satin, so if you're somebody that wants to sleep in a headband, you can actually get the satin ones. And even somebody that is overprotective of their edges, definitely get some satin products. So for the big reveal, I'm gonna try to explain this product as best as possible, or I can just insert a picture. Might just insert a picture. All right, so I don't know if you noticed that persons are into head wraps. Head wraps are in, right? But sometimes it's very difficult to actually, you know, tie up the head wrap and all of that. So now I've seen this before. So I wasn't the one that created this, but I've seen it before on somebody's YouTube page, and the person, they live overseas. I think it's somebody in Nigeria, and it's like a bonnet. So you have the satin interior, and I chose the Christmas colors because, you know, Christmas is coming up. So this is the fabric I decided to use. It has that nice shimmery, you know, and it's firm, so you keep your hair intact. And what you would do is actually, you can tie this the way you want. It is satin lined. So what I noticed that I did different from the person is that this is satin lined, so this will protect your hair inside the satin. So this head wrap will actually protect your hair, and it's going to be simpler to do because this is the part that you bring around and you do a little tie. I'm going to insert a picture because I don't think I'm properly showing you guys. But this is it. You can wear it as a bonnet too, but the main purpose is to wear it out. So if you're having a bad hair day and you just didn't want to comb the hair, this would be perfect. And it's going to protect your hair because it's satin lined. So this is a new product that we will be launching. Super excited for this launch because I know a lot of persons were asking me if I would do something like that. They were inquiring, and I know that sometimes persons do not want to comb their hair. Sometimes it's a lot. So thank you, loves, for watching, and leave a comment down below if you have any questions. That's basically just an introduction to my business and how I got started. The name of my business again is Katie Pink's Designs, and you can definitely go ahead and check us out. Show us some love, like, share, comment, you know, follow the Instagram page. You can give us a like, share with a friend, stuff like that. And we do ship internationally, and I appreciate you coming and watching my video. So give me a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. We dance.